Good evening, Mayor Venice, City Councilors, and staff. My name is Patty Hine, and I live in the county and volunteer with 350 Eugene. We're really grateful and proud of the work the City of Eugene does for our social and climate justice initiatives, like the Sustainability Commission, who just put forward that very reasonable proposition, and not doing businesses with banks anymore who are investing in dirty energy companies that violate human rights. But big change is going to have to come if we're going to keep our promise to reduce the city and the community's greenhouse gas emissions. And this is a complicated thing. And we know it takes a lot of time and a lot of money. And we know we're not in an adequate supply of either. It's frustrating, and I'm afraid that our response is not going to be adequate. I'm a retired military officer. I understand threat assessments and what happens if you get things wrong, if you fail to intervene before it's too late, if you err on the side of caution, or worse, hope that the problem will go away or someone else will fix it. Unthinkable. We have an emergency, and if we do, we need bold action. So we're here again, standing before you, really with people everywhere standing up to push for real progress. We want a ban on new fossil fuel infrastructure projects. We want 100% renewable energy, clean and good for the planet. And cities and counties are stepping up, and I want to tell you a little bit about how we can do this. It's called zoning changes. Portland passed zoning codes to prohibit the bulk fossil fuel infrastructure storage there. Seattle passed a resolution to amend their zoning code, and Tacoma defeated the proposed refinery for methanol in a port planning process. Whatcom County near Bellingham defeated the proposed coal export terminal by passing an emergency moratorium on new fossil fuel infrastructure. And Vancouver, Washington amended its zoning code to prohibit new crude oil storage. So we can do these things with local actions. And we don't have to wait for guidance from above. In fact, we can't. Martin Luther King famously said, "We're now faced with the fact that tomorrow is today." We are confronted with the fierce urgency of now. In this unfolding conundrum of life and history, there is such a thing as being too late. This is no time for apathy or complacency. This is a time for vigorous and positive action. We continue to keep this issue before you so you understand the seriousness of the problem and our willingness to work with you. At the same time, on behalf of our children, we have a right to a livable planet, sustainable of keeping life. There is such a thing as being too late. These are demands, and if we have to lay our bodies down, we will.
Thank you. Deborah McGee, followed by Lori Powell.
Good evening. My name is Deborah McGee. I've lived in the county for 40 years, and I've prepared a raptimony. I only have 3 minutes, so I'll hurry up and say, I stand here before you disappointed today. City has a cap, a climate action plan, but when I look real close, I can't see where you stand. We need 7.6% reductions day by day of greenhouse gas emissions, and oh, by the way, we're not going to get there. So I just have to say, are we just spinning our wheels? It's not a game we play. Come to the meetings, appoint another commission. Who are we fooling? We all know our mission. Climate recovery ordinance passed through you, promised the children that that's what we're going to do. Going so slow. We got to be true. Don't give the gas a pass. We got a fuel switch. Renewable electric energy, that's our pitch. How can it be climate recovery when you're laying more pipe? Don't repeat the natural part, that's their hype. It's methane leaking from that pipe. Amazon Park, where our children play, laying a methane pipe that will leak one day. They say we need to expand the pipeline, but I'll tell you what's true. Burning up fossils, we gotta be through. It's not just the customers burning gas in Eugene. Follow the pipeline, follow it upstream. Fracking's a human rights violation. Its destruction is extreme. They're fracking in neighborhoods and even near schools. And from the hydraulic cycle, fracking water is permanently removed. And that's not all. Research proves it's true. Babies born to a mother half a mile from a well, affected by pollution in utero, the defects we can tell. We're poisoning the future, and that's not right. And we can do much better. And for that, we will fight. Fracking gas contract, will the city sign? Another 20 years of methane in the line. Build community solar gardens. E-Web, yo. Dirty fossil fuels, they all gotta go. If we don't do the right things, then when? Then who? If we don't do the right things, what are children gonna do? Our habitat is changing, it's the species death knell. The red light is flashing, can't you hear the bell? The answers are here and the time is near. Climate emergency, gonna be a tragedy. Climate emergency, global tragedy is here. So here's my here's my no-brainer one-liner, can't say it no finer. Doing the same things, expecting things to change, that's the absolute definition of insane. So come on, mayor and councilors, we're on your side. We got your back, you don't have to hide. Step up to bold action, implement the climate action plan. Doing what's right, that's a great place to stand. Yeah, doing what's right, that's a great place to stand. So friends, please stand if you support the climate action plan. All right, thank you.